I know I look cute as right now, but do not get it twisted. This is me speaking to you, no sugarcoating, no giving you the delulu, because I am sick and tired of seeing so many kind-hearted, beautiful girls who are so loving, badass women getting screwed over repeatedly by people who do not deserve them. And I am tired and I've had enough of seeing you waste your energy on someone who does not deserve it. Now, chances are, if you're watching this, you are currently dealing with or have been dealing with someone who is not meant for you, who is draining the life out of you, who is making your life miserable. They're playing games, they're unstable, they are emotionally unavailable. And you, my dear, are stuck in a toxic cycle. And yes, I am speaking from experience. Now, maybe it's a toxic relationship. Maybe it's a freaking situationship. Or just someone who does not know how to show up for you. And guess what? This is not in any way a little manifest your specific person, manifest them back into your life. And it's certainly not a Shira 7 kind of video. This is not what it's about. This is about my girlies who need the freaking truth. The ones who actually want to change their lives, who actually want to have self-love and find true love. So let's cut the crap and talk about the real stuff. If you are currently in a situation where you are feeling really anxious, you're playing the part of someone who's chasing, you're essentially playing along with their games, this video is really for you because I need you right now to take a moment. And the first thing I'm going to need you to do is think about your future. Not the drama, not the excitement of the present situation, because spoiler alert, currently you are addicted to cortisol and dopamine. Think about your future in terms of your long-term happiness. Think about your dream life. Think about your freaking future, your happiness, your personal growth. What you want when you see beyond this silly one connection in your life that is literally ruining your mental health. And when you do this, when you're thinking about your best self and your future, the one that you want, and then you think about the person that you're dealing with, if you get really freaking honest with yourself, I would dare to bet that that person, in no freaking way, the true version of them, aligns with what you say you want your future to be. So just understand, first of all, what the hell it is you are compromising, my dear. I understand if you are below the age of 25, you're probably not getting it the same way as when you're above 25, but better to learn it now because you're gonna feel stupid and silly and you're gonna feel like you're sacrificing every single thing and like your life is just being drained out of you for this present hit of dopamine that is just gonna make you feel so much worse as time goes on. Chances are you've created a little fantasy in your head about who they are. And that's exactly what it is. It's a fantasy. When you think about when he does this or that, is it the picture you painted of him more than it is the things he actually does? Probably. And guess what? That's actually not on them, and it's not actually them. It's about you. And listen to me. You need to be the one who takes the responsibility on for healing you. Right now, you are so stuck in this vicious cycle, I'll admit, of feeding the cycle, of feeding the pain and the ups and the downs. And because it's so intense, because you're feeding this and because you're getting something out of it, you're thinking as your survival self, you're making it the most important thing in your life. How many times, especially if this is a situationship, have you texted all day and then, or even 4 days, 4 weeks, then he just doesn't respond the entire night and you don't sleep a second because you're only thinking about what the hell is he doing? And then 2 days goes by and he texts you again and everything is great, fine, and dandy. You let half a day pass by where you don't get any shit done. He doesn't compromise shit, but you let things slide. You sacrifice to go see him. You don't think straight until you get a message back from him. And that's the present sucky life I'm talking about that you're living in, where you are sacrificing your long-term goals and happiness for the short-term dopamine hit. It's like any other addiction. As soon as he shows you a little bit of attention, that's like a drug to you. You are addicted. Now, the truth is, it's probably rooted in childhood trauma, in your attachment issues, or whatever else you've been through. And now you're addicted to chaos and drama. And here's the kicker. How do we get over an addiction? We detox. We go through the withdrawals. We take it all away so that we can hit a baseline and start to see straight. It's gonna feel boring. It's gonna feel even like heartache at first, like you're withdrawing from sugar and from your favorite freaking foods. But it's so necessary for your healing. When you detox, you're not just saying, I'm dumping him, I'm going no contact. I've been there, done that for over a fucking year. But I was still ruminating in my head. I was still creating little fantasies. I was still holding on. I wasn't checking up on him because I didn't want to do that to myself, but I was still keeping that energy alive. I wasn't deciding to move on. And that's not a true detox. You have to actively say, whenever my mind keeps going there, and of course I'm allowed to feel, it hurts. But am I processing the hurt and am I working on myself? Or am I putting it all onto him? So even if it's painful, I'm still putting him and the connection on this pedestal when it was really just the most basic ass person who was never good enough for me. And because he didn't treat me well, I was triggered so fucking bad that I had to block him, delete him everywhere, and just have him completely out of my life. And I needed to withdraw, and I spent so long trying to heal. And that's also why you know what the next thing is. And that's when it's gonna get harder. You've heard the phrase, they always come back. Sure, that does happen a lot. And maybe if you don't text them for an entire week, they'll start to act like they put in a little more effort. But deep down, it's not real. They like to do the work in theory, right? Let's face it, these guys doing the shit are way more insecure than the women feeding into it with insecure attachment styles. They're just playing the game differently because they don't know how to nurture themselves. So they need that freaking energy from you. So they're going to come in and then act like, oh, but you know, essentially they're going to say a whole bunch of fucking things without saying a fucking thing. And that's when your boundaries need to be really strong and they have to come into play. You need to either stand up and say, step up your game, give me what I want, be all in, or get the hell out. If you don't do that, you'll keep getting played. Option B is for you to just decide, the way I've been treating is the way he's gonna keep treating me, one way or another. He's not just gonna magically change. So I'm leaving the situation, and it's gonna hurt, it's gonna suck, and then it's gonna feel boring. I'm gonna be in withdrawals, but I'm gonna do it. If you don't do either of these things, you're just gonna keep getting played. And it's not gonna feel like it in the moment because you're once again high on dopamine and, oh, he said that we would work on it. He said that he would change. No, he lied to you, sweetie. As men often do. I'm sorry, but it's true. That rhymed. So once again, taking it back to, you want your dream body by the summer, but you're addicted to sugar and food. If you want results, you're going to have to stay away from junk food. If you don't, you keep feeding an addiction and you're not going to get the results that you want. And again, do you go into the gym and then you go out for the first time and you're like, oh my God, I just got my results. Amazing. That wasn't hard at all. I already have my dream body and I feel terrific. No cravings. No, that's a process, right? But it's in the process that you build the new you. You are actively rewiring the new you as you do new things. There's no other way to do it. It doesn't feel as glamorous as you might want it to. You're not just going to say, I don't want to see this guy anymore. And then boom, oh my God, there's my dream guy. Fucking wish that would happen so that I could forget about him, so that we could forget about the losers. But this comes with you choosing you again and again and again and setting a freaking boundary again and again and again. To sum up, if you want to stop the addiction, stop feeding it. It's not going to feel glamorous. It's going to be hurting a lot. And that's what healing does. But isn't it incredible to think about the day when this douchebag comes back? You're so much better. You're so much more healed. You're so much more aligned. And this isn't going to make sense right now if you're really deep in it because you're just going to be laser focused on the person. But let me tell you, as someone who was, once you start gaining some distance and some clarity, and you start growing, you start facing yourself instead of just feeding other addictions and running from it. You start learning, oh, these are my triggers. This is actually how I felt in my past, in another relationship, in my childhood. This is why I'm doing XYZ. I would recommend therapy. It's been great. Once you start realizing old situations are coming back into my life, but I'm reacting differently, that's when you know you're healing. And again, it's not the prettiest, it's not as magical as you'd like it to be, but just being in the same situation again and choosing you because you've learned so much and you know so much better that you can detach from that emotion. That's how you know that you're on the right path with this. That's literally you calling in your person. And now for my girls who need it a little bit rougher, let me tell you it like this. He's out here acting like a goddamn juggling Joe, wanting his cake and going to every goddamn other bakery out there, thinking that he can buy all the cakes without any fucking money. He's acting like he has all these options, but all he's doing is playing games, wasting his time, wasting your time. He spends his entire day hopping from one thing to another, going from one distraction to another, ignoring you while he's too busy not giving a fuck. Now imagine this. It's Saturday morning, 10 a.m. He just woke up because, let's face it, he's a loser who doesn't know how to get his life together. He's hungover, maybe scrolling through Instagram, Snapchat, probably looking for a random girl to talk to feed his ego and get some validation, feel a little bit better, because he doesn't think beyond that. Essentially waiting for any kind of desperate soul to engage with him. But when is he going to text you? When he's bored again? Probably, or when he actually craves some emotional depth, whatever it is he gets from you specifically. Because if he's not stepping up, that's how he's viewing you. And trust me, this is not about you, it's about him. But he's viewing you as, this is what I get from her. I've seen that I can go back to her. She will give me the emotional depth I need. She will come cook for me. She will have sex with me, whatever it is. He's getting certain things from you without doing shit, without doing fuck all for you. Now, on this Saturday, let's say now it's your turn. Your Saturday. You're spending the entire day anxious, thinking about him, only him. You're obsessing over what he's doing, his every move, checking his Instagram, checking his Snapchat, checking his whatever the fuck. And he's out there living life, ignoring you. Even though you've spent the past, let's say, 3 months pretty much together, you've practically been boyfriend and girlfriend. So now every weekend, every day he doesn't answer you, you're sitting there anxious until he texts you again. Because you're thinking, but we're together, but we're not together. But like, come on, we're together, right? And let's say he also goes out Saturday, so you don't hear from him that entire day until it's 2 a.m. and he's on his way home from being out and he's feeling like trash. And then he remembers you because you make him feel better. He might even start typing a message. Magically, you see it because, oh my God, you weren't sleeping anyways. Magic. And then he forgets to send the message. Now, is this guy worthy of your time? Hell no, obviously not. Men like this do not sacrifice even parts of their daily routinely for you. He's always going to choose himself. He's always going to choose what he needs to do. And I really need you to hear me on this. Sleeping with someone and even sleeping next to someone who makes you feel more alone and anxious than you do on your own, someone who makes you feel someone where you know as soon as you wake up and you leave the next day, you're going to walk around only thinking about this person. Once again, it's the same cycle. That person is not your person. And now, girls, listen to me. Sleeping with someone, sleeping even next to someone who is draining the life out of you, who is making you feel like you are more alone with them than you are on your own, who's making you more anxious than you were thinking about them alone, is absolutely sucking all the life out of you. There's nothing worse than being intimate with someone and giving essentially all of you to someone who doesn't appreciate it, who doesn't see you, who is actively lying, cheating, manipulating you. But again, if there wasn't a label, he can get out of it on a technicality, right? No, he's actually a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit and he's using you. Not because he can use you, because he's better than you and he can just choose. No, your wounds mirrored each other. And for some freaking reason, your soul decided to do charity work on this even poorer soul. I'm starting to believe that there is some karmic justice where it flips around. You shouldn't have done that. And now you got to learn something. He's making you question your dreams, your worth, everything you've ever known about yourself. You're sleeping with someone, giving your energy to someone who's just taking, and taking. And you're walking on eggshells around this person that you're supposed to be able to be so intimate with. You're feeling tense and anxious in your body. You feel like your brain is fried from crying all the time. You feel horrible. And his phone is probably turned down so that you don't see it lighting up all night. It's the worst thing. I went no contact with a 1-year situationship I had that was intense, awful, toxic, passionate, all of the above. I went no contact for about 15 months until he reached out. And then let's just say 2025 hasn't been the same so far because of it. And I'm now back on my no contact game. I have responded and reacted very differently than I did back then because of probably growth I've done on my own, also in therapy. And also, don't take someone back that you needed to go to therapy to heal from. That's probably not the solution, right? But long story short, he said he was different, said we should really work on our dynamic. It should be different. And before I know it, it's from 0 to 100 again, where we're texting every day. And I'm starting to feel all those old emotions, good and bad, anxious, mad, can't stop rhyming. And oh, what do you know? I'm in bed with him. And his little move would often be standing on his side of the bed as we're about to go to sleep. And he spends like 3-4 minutes just like on his phone. But like he's standing on his side, so I obviously can't see anything. And he's just like randomly talking a little bit, maybe not even talking. And he'll just like say random things to make me think, oh yeah, I'm spending 4 minutes setting my alarm. No, I know what you're doing. You're on Snapchat, on Instagram, answering every fucking whore. I'm sorry to the girls, but like you're answering every goddamn girl willing to give you attention. And you're just like making sure that there's never a day where you don't at least answer every day. And it's like sometimes when you say things out loud, you realize that you've convinced yourself that, well, we weren't really together, or is it even that bad? Sometimes I go home and whatever, I've answered someone. But when you're falling for someone and you're supposed to be intimate with that person, you're supposed to be able to trust that person, and that person sneaks off to write other girls and he says he's in love with you, that's so fucked up. And you need to be able to say, this is really fucked up and I'm not staying in this a second longer. I remember the last time I saw him before no contact, the last time, I literally in the morning just put on some workout clothes before we left. And I came back and I was gone for literally, I swear to God, probably 90 seconds, 2 minutes. I come back into the bedroom and he's like lying down. He has his phone. You can see a little Snapchat notification and he just like does this so that I can't see it. And then he just starts talking to me like as clearly he's trying to save it. And then I go to his Snap score and I can see it went up by 1. And I already know what he did. He sent a cute little selfie from bed right after, a second after we just had sex, to some girl who is now answering him a minute after. And I feel horrified. Like I feel like I can't believe this man is about to be 40. But the fact that I almost feel like I'm not allowed, even saying it now, and it's been over a year since that happened. How hurtful isn't that? Like you've seen this person for, I don't know, more than 6 months, been together pretty much all the time. And then right after you're together, the first thing on his mind is, let me just send a snap to this girl to make her think that I'm just home alone. And you feel every kind of awful, right? You feel so bad. And I know I'm crying and I'm seeming like a mess, but it's just like I haven't gone back to that all too much. And it was just such a long process of dealing with his bullshit. And we all know the ways that they drag you back in, but when you go through the things that you let them put you through without just saying, "Hey, you're an awful piece of shit and a loser. I am out," is insane. The disrespect I've tolerated, I'm more mad at myself than I am him. And the fact that I now just let him back in and that I slept with him, it makes me disgusted with myself. And this isn't to say that if you've done the same thing, that you should be, because I know on a deeper level that I probably needed to see that he was still the same person, because in my mind I was ruminating so much thinking, what if? What if he's this amazing changed grown person and he found a wife already and like he's so happy? It makes me happier to know that I've done a lot of work to the point where like I haven't been an anxious mess this time, because I've had so many tools now, whether it's even EF tapping, meditation, or just all the therapy that's given me so many tools to regulate and to like step back and realize what's happening. I haven't had him on that pedestal where I'm just in my anxious feelings. That was a little bit of a detour, but I didn't really plan out this video. But just to sum it up, I would rather be alone in my bed than to sleep next to someone who's making me feel more lonely than I ever have. So please, if you take anything from this, it's just stop waiting. Stop giving him one more chance. If you keep seeing him, if you keep letting him treat you like this, and I really need you to hear me on this, because this was one of the things that was most pivotal to me. I was talking to my sister, and when I told her this, it was like a realization of, it felt like someone else speaking to me. She asked me something, and I said, if I give him any more chances and I keep seeing him, very soon I'm going to be in a space where I believe that that's all I'm worth. And you need to understand that. It's gonna be ingrained in you at some point. If you keep tolerating a certain kind of behavior, you're gonna believe that's who you are and that's what you're worth. And I don't want that to happen to you. Truly. It's not who you are. The way he treats you is not who you are. It really is who he is. And I understand from experience that's hard to hear, because when you're in it, you just feel like, please just tell me the truth. Tell me your feelings. Give me closure. None of it matters. He's told me he's in love with me. He's looked at me in a way where I'm thinking, holy crap, he loves me so much. He says and does things, but then at the end of the day, he's not showing up. And more importantly, he's not showing up for his best self. So if I want to be my best self, there's no way that he aligns with that person, right? And if I can give you also one last thing that I'm taking myself as well, it's who he is and his weaknesses are mirroring mine. His passive aggressiveness, his issues when it comes to commitment, and when it comes to just self-sabotaging and walking away, I'm going to take those qualities within myself and work on them, but in my own life. So all the spaces in which I have a hard time committing, where I seem to walk away from confrontation and just not deal with things, I'm going to work on that. And I'm going to commit to myself in my best, amazing life. I'm going to see him as a mirror of my own weaknesses and work on me. You need to do the same. Because at the end of the day, he is most likely mirroring to you your wounds, your issues, and the parts of you you still need to heal. That's what happens when you don't run away from the work. You face it, you feel it, you start to heal it. And you essentially are taking your power back right now. So quickly in steps, if you want a guide. Tell them the truth, number one. Stand on business, block them, or tell them the truth. Don't let them drain you. Don't be in the in-between. Make a decision. 2, feel your feelings. You're not going to escape that. Write it down, number 3, the specific feelings you're feeling, the specific goals, the dates you have for other things in your life, the way in which he was mirroring your weaknesses, the things you want to work on in life. Write it down. Be specific. Number 4, take him off the goddamn pedestal. He is not worthy of you. Watch this video back. See how many things you relate to. See the way he actually treated you. See who he actually is as a person. If he was dating your friend, what would you tell that friend about him? Probably not that he's this great guy and she's not worthy of him, right? Number 5, walk away for good. This is the part where you're not waiting for him to learn anything. You're walking away because you learned your lesson, and you are walking away for good. You have had enough. And girls, stop teaching men how to treat you. You're not going to show them. They're not going to learn from you. You're walking away now because you've had enough. They need to learn on their own. You've already learned. You deserve better. You've leveled up. I have some freaking big dreams. Go to my channel and see for this year. And I, despite this little detour, am going freaking all in. If anything, I just feel like this is my sign to go even harder. And these goals mainly have nothing to do with love. But let me see you. That man is gonna fucking watch me achieve them, not be able to reach me. He will literally just be in the crowd watching me. And that's a freaking mission statement I will stand on. And you better have one too. And at that point, I just won't care anymore because I'm not going to get to that point unhealed. So I'm ready to take on the mission to become my best self. But that also means declining everything and everything who doesn't align with that. So you have some work to do. I will see you guys very soon. This was a different video for me, but I've just felt frustrated and exhausted by this. So I hope this helps someone, and I hope you're waking up because I know it sucks, it hurts, but we need to do it. So I love you. You need to start loving yourself. So do I. I think I've come a long way though, but I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.